Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the hottest sports podcast in the South, the best damn sports podcast, period. This is. Yo, what is up, people? I'm back. Been gone for a little while. A few days off here. I had to go celebrate my girlfriend's birthday, so she dragged me off to the beach. But hey, I love you, But I'm back. Hey, what a week it was. First week of the NFL season. Had some really good, interesting games. College football had a few good games over the past weekend. We're going to kind of digest and break down all of those games from this past weekend and kind of move and look ahead to this coming weekend. Not a big slate for us college football, not a ton of big games, but we'll talk about some of those today as well as tomorrow, as well as NFL games this weekend as well. But we're going to go back, kind of recap, put a bow on all of that, and then keep it on moving, and then we'll move on into the weekend. Also, obviously, Hurricane Florence is burning down on the Carolina coast, so definitely want to send prayers up to everybody who's going to be impacted by this storm. Take shelter, evacuate immediately. Do not stay at home. I don't understand why people want to stay at home during a natural disaster. It's called a natural disaster for a reason. Get the hell out immediately. Anyway, we're going to talk football. Take your mind off of that because I know that's way more important than anything we're going to talk about today. And to help me do that, none other than my man, Wentz Woods, is in the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
Welcome back, man.
Hey,
Second appearance on the YTE era so far.
Man, hey, you know what, man? I'm telling you, you know what? I'm here to wherever, with football, I'm here.
I feel you.
Regardless, man. Football, you know what I'm saying? If football is over in Spain, I'm going to be there. You know what I'm saying? Not the other little football. I'm talking about the real man football. But, hey, I'm just so happy week one done started.
Absolutely, man. I had some good stuff going on this past week. Some surprises in the NFL. I can't wait to kind of talk about some of those things. We're going to get to all of that. Hey, you see the number at the bottom of the screen. You know what time it is, 864-378-5943. I want you guys to call in, comment, tell me your thoughts on the last weekend in college football, first weekend in NFL, and whatever else you want to discuss. We all free here on the best damn sports podcast, period. I'm just glad to be back, man. I was gone for a little while, but I'm back. And I'll be back tomorrow, too, and we'll preview some of those games and make predictions. And you also know tomorrow means it's Thursday. So that means that's a special place for someone to make Sentell Sucker of the Week. And I got a pretty good idea who's it going to be.
I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Jason Whitlock, it's probably going to be you, brother.
We can't have this one every week. Okay. We can't have this one like every week. We can't do it.
I'll do y'all look at it 2 times, man.
Hey, a bit of good news also. Last night, Martavis Bryant re-signs with the Oakland Raiders after what appeared to be some misunderstanding about failed drug test, missed the drug test. I don't know. I'm just glad to get it out of the way because for 2 years we've been talking about nothing but him off the field. I just want to start talking about it again on the field, and I'm so excited he can get back to doing what he absolutely loves to do. I mean, this is a huge year for him. You got a 1-year deal, so you play nice, you make you have a good season, and you can set yourself up for a nice deal. So good to see him get signed and get whatever issues going on. Let's we want to stand behind you and support you, but we want you to do what's best for you and do the right thing and continue to keep your nose and your head on straight. So we can root for you on Sundays, man. Do what you do, because clearly Oakland needs you. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, you playing for an idiot because he knows nothing about the NFL right now because he's 10 years removed from coaching, which he wasn't any good when he left the game to begin with. Then your first order of business when you get to Oakland, you have a fucking number 1 type defensive player in this league, a top 3 defensive player in this league, a former defensive player of the year in this league, and you trade him as soon as you get through the door. So good luck with that, Oakland fans. You deserve everything you get for signing a coach to a 10-year, $100 million contract.
Guaranteed.
So there we go. All right, let's move on. Let's get to some of this stuff that happened on the weekend in college football. I guess we'll start right at the top. Clemson traveled to Texas A&M. I told people I didn't get to come on that Thursday, but I told people take the points. I thought this would be a very competitive game because if you look at Jimbo Fisher against Dabo Swinney, 4-4 prior to this game, had some success against Dabo, so he could kind of understand his scheme against Dabo. Really, really competitive football game. I mean, I thought Kellen Mond was sensational. I mean, 23 or 40 for 430 yards against that defense. And I just thought Jimbo came with a great game plan to attack the weakness of the Clemson defense, which is the secondary, clearly. Kelly Bryant was doing Kelly Bryant things despite the effort to be sabotaged by his coach and others involved. He just continues to shut his mouth, keep his head down, go out there, show you what is up, and then, you make your decision however you will make your decision. But clearly, we all know with a brain who should be the quarterback of the Clemson Tigers. It's clear, right? I mean, it's clear, right?
I mean, people say what they want to say, but I will say this. The one thing about his game is going up. It's going up. I think by each week he's getting better and better.
I said it's going to improve.
The guy, and he has, man. So people can say what they want to say, but that guy, he deserved that starting spot, and I'm glad that he got that starting spot, and he can continue to progress.
Well, I don't know about glad he got the starting spot. I mean, I don't know about that because he starts the game. My only issue is just sub and rotating stuff in. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, a guy goes 12-2, and then he does what he did at Texas A&M because let's face it, they don't beat Texas A&M Saturday without Kelly Bryant. That's facts. Those are facts. So I just think it's just awful. That's why, and I'm kind of hint at my suck of the week. I'm kind of hinting at my suck of the week because I'm gonna get to that. That may be there, but I thought he was great. But Clemson has, any concerns out there. I mean, give up 430 yards passing. We thought this defense was kind of all world. They got kind of toyed by a second-year quarterback.
I know, man. That kind of threw me off, and I was kind of sitting back. After watching that game, me and my buddy made a big money bet on that game, and he was sitting back looking like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the defense doing right now? Dude, man, I'll tell you. I hope everyone on that Clemson schedule sat there and watched and paid attention. You know where the weakness at.
The thing is, can anybody else on Clemson's schedule exploit that weakness?
I think there's some teams.
Anybody on that schedule can do it. Can anybody on that schedule?
I think there's some teams. I think that there might be maybe one, maybe two.
Give me some names. Who can exploit?
I want to say North Carolina State. I think they might be a team that, Clemson. I just feel like Clemson always have a hard time with North Carolina State.
It's always competitive. Most of the time, it's a competitive game.
Exactly. So I think that I just think that North Carolina State would be that team that would actually follow that
blueprint.
Exactly. Because I really don't know everybody on Clemson schedule like that.
It's not a very difficult schedule, but the thing about Kelly Mond is this guy was a highly touted recruit, but he was a dual threat guy. So last year he signed with Kevin. He signed with Kevin Sutherland 2 years ago. He's in a spread last year where he's running zone read. You bring Jimbo in, who's a pro style type guy, a progression type guy who go through these complex offensive schemes, and for him to kudos to that kid. Mm-hmm. First of all, for taking that coaching in. Kudos to Jimbo Fisher for being able to coach a guy who comes from that system. So both of those guys deserve a tip of the cap. I thought they played a really good game. Now most Clemson people will tell you the game should have been close. And somewhere that's true. Clemson was up 14-3 going into the end zone, and they have a fumble on a handoff on an exchange. And then for some inexplicable reason, I'm telling you, tomorrow they come out the second half. They start the first two series with Trevor Lawrence. Now you talking about starting quarterback. What starting quarterback don't come out and start the second half of a game? So I'm really not I'm not really happy and through right now with
Jalen Hurts.
Because they up by 40. I'm not enthused. I am not enthused with Dabo Swinney right now at this in the whole coach. I'm just not right now at this very moment. And you might hear more about him tomorrow.
That was stupid. I agree with you. That was.
And they kicked him. I mean, Kelly comebacks, and I mean, it's like he got to come in and put out your fire, and then so. It's gonna come a time where you don't have your rhythm because you taking me out of the game, out my rhythm. And he's gonna come in and look bad, and then everybody's gonna be up in arms and go, "Oh, we gotta bench him now and put the quarterback in." Yeah, well, if you rotated me in and out, I would somewhat struggle. But I mean, but again, this guy is outstanding because you taking him out. He probably has a rhythm. You take him out for 2 whole series, he still come back in and do what he did in a hostile environment. So I think we need to put that to bed.
Yeah, Dabo, he needed to take responsibility for that one, right? That was just unacceptable. The mental, me personally, mentally, what that does for a guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't right at all. So I think Dabo really need to come out and just take responsibility for that one, though.
Absolutely. Clemson gets the win, 28-26. I know a lot of controversy at the end, but hey, I am a results-oriented guy. I tell you, I'm in the results business, not the excuse-making business. At the end of the day, Clemson won the game. A tough win on the road. So kudos, shout out to them. Another game, Georgia just went into Columbia and just steamrolled the Gamecocks. Now, I've told you guys all summer I was in here saying Carolina was going to be Georgia all summer. And then I watched the first week of the season. And something just clicked, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this. I've got Georgia." But I did think Carolina would cover, so I told people to take the point. So I'm upset about that. But where I thought Georgia,
it's the first week of the year, so it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, like that first week with them points and everything, it's kind of
hard.
It's hard, you know what I'm saying. But I'm like you on that one. I swear, you know what? We might have been thinking the same thing at the same time because I was, that first week I was like, wait a minute, hold on. The Carolina people, I see everybody, all my friends are like Carolina fans, and we're going to do this to Georgia, and we're going to spank their ass. Oh, you're not.
Yeah, I just, at the end of the day, I just looked at, and what I was most afraid of from Georgia is that they talent, because I thought that South Carolina could beat them initially, because I didn't pick them, but I thought early in the season, Georgia still getting it, and they got a lot of talent, but it was young talent. Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, it's going to take them a while to mesh, but I'm going to tell you something. Everybody in SEC East should be just afraid because it meshed, and they are a machine right now. They have a lot of talent at every position. Their O-line is just ginormous, and they just physically manhandled Georgia. South Carolina in the trenches and just warmed down. Yeah. South Carolina quit. Third, fourth quarter, they quit defensively because you know what? I understand. You get a kick in your damn teeth, you'll quit too. And Miko Hartman is just absolutely he's just electric with the ball in his hand. That guy he's sick with it when he gets the ball in his hand. Georgia had 473 yards offense, but here's the key stat. This is when you know you're dominating the trenches. They had 271 yards rushing. Carolina had 54. That is not a winning
position.
I don't have that number exactly on me, but I'm sure it was a big number. Yeah, because Carolina only had 17 first downs, if I'm not mistaken. So, and a lot of that was in garbage time. People come out talking about Jake Britton's number. I'm like, all those was in garbage time. Those, when the game was in doubt, he was terrible.
I am in cut y'all, but I'm asking you one question. Do you think it's a time for a change at quarterback?
I'm not gonna say exactly yet, but we got Jay. This is third year.
That's what I'm saying.
He has over 20 starts in this system. Who is he? Who is he? Because he plays good against really low level competition. But when you see him against equal to above competition, he doesn't rise. He doesn't rise to the occasion. So who is that guy? And I would say this: their game is canceled for this week. They're playing Marshall, and that kind of sucks for them to get back on it after the loss, but we're going to see down the stretch. They get A&M. They play at Ole Miss who got a Jordan Tamnu. I told you about that kid. Yeah. And they can put some points. So we're going to find out. But if you sitting there and he's struggling in the midway, it may be time to go to the freshman joiner and go ahead and hit your wagon to him. I think Muschamp, all this about fire Muschamp, that's stupid. This program was a dumpster fire when he got there. So that's just stupid. But it may be time to look once you get past the middle of those stretches of game and you're 500 and he's not really elevating you where you need to be. It might be time for a change.
I'm honestly, I think it's time, man. I'm like you, 3rd year, 20 starts on this belt. Who the hell are you, man?
Yeah, who are you? I mean, when the real Jake Bentley stand up, is it because he if he played the way he tweet, they'd be undefeated.
Bingo. Bingo. That kid, you know, I thought in my life I would never ever in my life quote Drake. But I gotta call him Twitter fingers on that. Cause that kid, you know, he you do all this, but it doesn't match. Your play doesn't match. Like it doesn't match. Shut up and go out there and play.
Until you do something. You haven't done anything.
Exactly.
You haven't beat Clemson. You haven't beat Georgia. Just shut up. You haven't
beat none of the big teams.
You haven't done anything. So that's why I raised the question. It's not because of some kind of bias or something. Billy, I was like, you 3 years in, you got 20 starts. We should know by who are you by at this point, and I'm not seeing it. So Georgia, like I said, everybody else in the SEC East, you know, and I think Georgia probably lose a game. They'll slip up somewhere, probably against an Auburn or LSU because it's at LSU. But the East is over. Yeah. They and I was scared. I thought maybe next year this would be the year when they would just kind of just start really show that because the recruiting is there. What you worry about is are those guys developing,
young talent,
and is it gelling or they gelling? They went into Carolina. I mean, they just kicked them in their face. I mean, they just kicked them in their face.
I think Columbia has now been owned by Georgia now, so I think you call that Columbia, Georgia now.
I'm scared. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, they just too good up front. They so good up front, man. Yeah. The old line is just huge. They got guys 6'6", 6'5", 340, like all across the board. I mean, they just big.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they prepped up for the end of the year. You know, when that time comes, I think that's why. You know, and I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's helping out from. You know, I can't think of that running back names again. That Swift. Oh man. They
got guys. Holyfield came in, ran for. But I mean, James Cook's brother, Davin Cook's brother, James Cook came in, got some carry. They are up there now. They are one of those upper echelon. They are moving to one of those upper echelon teams.
I'm telling you, you know, I think last year we talked about how Clemson has become that.
They were right there with Alabama.
Georgia is moving
on up,
and they're moving quickly.
They're moving quickly. If they get another, I mean, you win another SEC, you get there. You know, you beat back. If you beat Alabama, if you don't, if you get the playoffs again, I mean, they starting to show their teeth. And as a Florida fan, it scares me to death.
It should, man.
Stanford, number 10, Stanford beat USC 17-3. Kind of a whole home game for Stanford. I mean, they held somebody 3 points in college football. I mean, you know, Bryce Love 22 carry for $136. They held USC to 13 first down, so they just kind of dominated the game. Because I mentioned Stanford. You know, Washington, you know, lost to Auburn early, but you know, you look at Stanford, you look at Washington. There's really a whole two hopes of the Pac-12 of really getting something done. Any thoughts on Stanford? I mean, Bryce Love, the quarterback play is kind of so. Defense now, he holds my 3 points. Okay, we're gonna move on.
It's USC. Reggie Bush is not coming out there no more. Man. You know, Matt Lyon is not coming out. You know what? And you know, Bryce Love grew on me. I never thought. You know, I never sit and talk bad like, oh, his performance sucks or he's just not that good as what's my man from Carolina now? Running back with Carolina. What's his name?
Carolina's
Panthers. Yeah. I
want to talk about run. CMC.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, I love me some Christian McCaffrey.
But Bryce, I mean, that he pretty much like that kid is like he's solidifying his spot as the number 1 running back in the league. That's probably the only thing I would say nice about the Pac-12 this week.
You know what? It's funny because you mentioned Pac-12 and I said Stanford, but we got to talk about this next team, and that's Arizona State.
Oh, man.
The fighting Herm Edwards, who has been removed from coaching for 9 years, comes to college.
Hey.
They get Michigan State. They come out to Tempe. It was 103 degrees at kickoff, and they upset them 16-13. Both QBs played well. If you haven't seen Manny Wilkins of Arizona State, he's really good. He threw for 380 yards on 34.
I caught some of those highlights.
And just excited for Herm Edwards. I mean, You know, we talked about that Pac-12 South, and we just couldn't really find a winner. I went with Arizona. They already 0-2. So yeah, Arizona State.
I tell you what, man. I watched some of those highlights of that game. Not much, but I'll tell you what. You know, I'm definitely gonna sit back this weekend. Well, my buddy's getting married. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, Brandon. But I'm gonna find me a time. You know, I'm gonna turn my back in the church and try to, you know, get me some kind of watch me some football while I get a chance. You know, dude, I am just so happy for Herm, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause he's a player's coach. He's that guy that you want to rally behind. You know, I hated that. You know, a lot of his tenures in the NFL, you know, that wasn't good. But now, you know, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm going to pull for Arizona State just because.
It's hard not to root against her. I mean, he's a really good guy, good man. Yeah, and some of his little quirky stuff he says and pep stuff is funny to me.
It's hilarious.
And of course, you know, you can never forget you play to win the game. I mean,
hello.
I mean, you play to win the game. I mean, I don't. So all of a sudden, Arizona State 2-0, huge upset over Michigan State, and all of a sudden the Big Ten, which I thought was really, really good, starting to look really suspect. But hey, they still got some time to fix.
It's still early.
Speaking of upset, oh my God, I gotta talk about this. The Kentucky Wildcats went into Gainesville.
Let me say this, man.
Let me get the backstory. The first time that Kentucky has beat Florida since 1986. I was 4 years old.
Say it again.
1986.
Are you serious?
That's the last time Kentucky beat Florida, 1986. So 31 straight games. So there's that. They, you know, and it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't one of those type of deal where they got lucky at the end and made a field goal or block. No, they dominated. They big boy manhandlers in the trenches. It was one of the most pathetic and anemic performances I've ever seen from Florida teams. And we've been pretty bad the last decade. But to get out, let me tell you about these numbers. Kentucky ran the ball for 303 yards. Think about a Kentucky team running up against a Florida Gators team and running the ball for 300 yards.
That never happened.
I mean, and then they had us to. And conversely, we only had $128. So the game was won in the trenches, and they manhandled. They earned that victory. That's why I got them down on my. You know, I got Mark Stoops down there. So they earned it. It wasn't fluke. You know, I'm in the results making business. I don't do excuses. They came in there. They kicked our ass. They earned it. So credit to them. Kudos to Kentucky. Mark Stoops been building this thing up right. You know, they've been close a couple times in the last 3 years of beating us. So this year they just came out there and just took it to us in the second half. It ran down our damn throat. But that kind of leads me to this question. I mean, not a question, but Miami, Florida State. The Sunshine State trio right now, the big three, what they call them in Florida, they are looking like booty. What the hell is going on? Because Florida offensive line is no good. I know Florida State offensive line is god awful. Miami is terrible up front. I mean, what
like 1-5 right now, everybody?
Well, Florida State did beat Sanford. So and then Miami won, beat Alabama State, put up 7-7, and then we beat Charlotte Southern. But you look at us against real teams. Virginia Tech beat Florida State, LSU beat Miami, and we lost to Kentucky. So you look at that. I mean, okay, I'm gonna just ask. I'll ask you out there. I mean, if you watching and you want to comment on this, who's in better shape going forward?
Man, shit, but that's a tough one. Dude, that is a tough one because, like, you know, with when LSU played Miami, that was like pretty much just, I think, special teams defense showed up in that game, and I think, you know, Rozier, you know, I call him rotisserie. I think he got exposed. Well, I think he was already exposed, but I think it made things worse for him because people know now, okay, you can't throw the ball. You know, a tad bit of pressure on you. You know, you overthrow. You know, he's not a good quarterback. Florida, man, dude, man, it's just like I don't know what to say about y'all. I mean, I was like when I was trying to flip back and go through different games, and I had my phone sitting right there just going through stuff, and I was looking, I was like, Kentucky beating Florida right now, like what the hell? I'm like, let me, reframe my, get my phone right, man. Like what the hell's going on? And dude, I don't know what we talked about this earlier. One of y'all running backs transferred right after the game, which kind of leads me, I know we was talking about, his carries and his playing time and all that.
He wasn't gonna play.
But it's like what the hell, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I ever seen a team in general, not Kentucky, but just any other team run for that many yards against y'all, man. I don't think that never happened before.
It's been bad. It's been horrible. That's the definition of when your program is in kind of shambles. Because when you get beat up front by Kentucky, when Kentucky is handling you up front, we in so much trouble. But I got faith in the coach we hired.
It takes time.
I initially thought we would go 8-4. I don't know now. I'm skeptical. 8-4.
I'm gonna say this: y'all still will make a bowl game.
Well, thank you. I feel nice because Florida, that's what we play for, to make damn bowl games.
Y'all will make a bowl game.
Shut up.
I would say this. I don't know about Florida State because I'm still me personally. I think that's one of the most confused teams out there right now, especially in the ACC.
Go ahead.
But yeah, what we did to them in week 1, I was shocked. I did not. With our quarterback, playing bad as he did, our defense, man, I got to give us kudos on that one, man, because we stepped it up big time, sacking the quarterback 5 times, turnovers. I mean, we played lights out, but I feel like a lot of that problem came from, this is my opinion, I felt like Florida State, Francois, and some of them guys look confused out there.
Well, there's no question about one thing, and I've said it all summer. All summer, I've drilled it in your head. They have no offensive line.
None.
And who is going to emerge at receiver? And the O-line has been bad for 3-4 years. They cannot protect Francois. And he's a good-looking kid. When he can stand up right in the pocket, he has a great arm. He steps to his throw. He throws a pretty ball. But he's not going to make it through the season. He's just not. Because they can't protect him. They go to Syracuse this weekend. And like the thought of saying Syracuse probably going to win this game. It's
mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling to think that Syracuse probably should be favored. They might not be favored, but they probably should. I haven't seen the card, but if they are not favored, it's probably a 1-point game, maybe a toss-up game. But I'm just saying that the Sunshine State trio has
Syracuse is getting 3 points,
so they are not favorites.
But me personally, I think they should be favorites.
I would look. I wouldn't touch the game, because 3 points. I don't trust Florida State for I can see them, but I just want to just show you the Sunshine State right now is sorry. It's a sorry ass state right now. I mean, between Miami, Florida State, and Florida, they are all terrible.
I never seen all at once. All 3 teams.
Terrible. Terrible. The best team in Florida is UCF. And that's fact.
The self-proclaimed national champs.
All right, well that was Saturday, and I was miserable. But NFL season started on Thursday night. Eagles defeat the Falcons, and again. If you are a Falcons fan, I just hate to tell you this. Matt Ryan ain't winning no championship.
He sucks. They wasted money on him.
I'm sorry. And I will say this. Kyle Shanahan made Matt Ryan.
I second that.
I mean, because you look at his numbers before Kyle Shanahan, he was okay. Decent. He was above average. He gets Kyle Shanahan for 2 years, having MVP. And now you got Steve Sarkisian. And let me be frank, Steve Sarkisian called one of the worst games I've ever seen in NFL history. They got in the red zone 2 or 3 times, and Julio Jones was not even in the game. Like, how in the hell does that happen?
Your biggest and your best target not in the game.
I mean, for 8 red zone plays, your best player was not even on the field. So Eagles get by. I thought they played great defense, but I put that mostly on the Falcons. And for the Eagles, they just want to survive till Carson Wentz coming back, and to get that win, because a lot of people probably picked Atlanta. I most certainly did, but to get that win, that kind of helps them out to kind of ease their way through the stretch. Because I think once they get Carson Wentz, they'll be a little bit better football team. They get the receiver back. He's out. The guy, I can't think of his name. Alshon Jeffrey's out. And he'll be back. So I think the Eagles will be fine. So they win the opening game of the season. Home teams traditionally win these games all the time. The opening game at home, and then move on to Sunday. Had some intriguing games. We're gonna kind of go through a few of them. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Pittsburgh is a mess.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm say what you got to say, man, because I want to get into this so bad. Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say.
I'm just gonna say what I've been saying. I think they are overrated, and they're about to fall. And the only reason I picked them to win the division because I just can't see nobody else step up to take the division. But Baltimore looked damn good Sunday.
It was against Buffalo.
It was Buffalo.
I'm just saying. I can't even pronounce the quarterback starter. Peterman, is that his name?
Oh God,
that dude. What?
He's awful.
You know what? I honestly, by seeing that guy play quarterback, it gives me hope that one day my fat ass can go out there and play quarterback too, man. Because that dude sucks. He sucks.
Yeah, but getting back to Pittsburgh. I mean, they was up 21-7. They turned the ball over twice within like 5 minutes. They go into overtime. Cleveland had a chance to win the game on a field goal. Pittsburgh did block it to their credit, but they had 6 turnovers. They was sloppy. Only bright spot was James Conner, which again, I tell you all the time, you root for that kid. I don't care who he played for. You root for James Conner. He had 31 carries for $135. He had 2 TDs. He was great.
Hey, he ran that ball, man. He ran that ball.
But I just think Pittsburgh is so much trouble. I think they're gonna win the division. Now my co-host last week, we had the AFC preview. He picked the Browns to win the division. I couldn't go that far.
He did what?
He picked the Browns to win the division. And now that's how the Ravens. We both agreed that we didn't think Pittsburgh we're gonna win it, but I picked them because I just couldn't see anybody else winning it.
I'm like you. If it be anybody, it's gonna be Baltimore. Cincinnati. I just don't see it. They just. I mean, go bring in some more convicts or something. Those, the running back looked pretty damn good.
Oh, I love me some Joe Mixon.
Yeah, he looked really damn good.
Huge fan of Joe Mixon. But the Browns and Pittsburgh tie. What? I mean, I can't think of a better way for that game in the end. I mean, the Browns still a tie. I mean,
they ended their losing streak.
Yes, they did. Another big game a big game from Sunday was the Pats versus the Texans. Patriots beat the Texans 27-20. Tom Brady was terrific, 26-39, 277-yard, 3 TDs. Sean Watson was terrible. 17-34 for $176, but a TD and a pick. He wasn't good, but we talked about Brady last week on the AFC preview show. We both picked the Patriots not to get the Super Bowl this year. But it just amazes me. You just throw out there, you throw duct tape out there, a garbage pail, and whatever the hell else you put around Brady, he just makes it work.
He makes it work, man. The dude makes it work. I mean, we've been saying this for years now. I mean, everybody, and people can say what they want to say about him. Maybe his legacy might be tarnished with all the scandals and stuff that had happened with the organization. But I mean, the guy, he goes every Sunday. You're not gonna sit here and tell me Brady don't go out there. He compete his ass off. He gets the job done. He does what he's supposed to do. In the discussion.
Yes, I mean, again, Philip Dorsett caught TD pass. So if you make Philip Dorsett look good, I don't know what else to say. But I thought this was a lot of folks are picking the Texans to go to the Super Bowl this year and knock the Patriots off. So I thought it was an interesting matchup week 1.
I can't see.
I was surprised how bad Deshaun played, but it was week 1, so.
He is coming off this injury and everything, so I know mentally it's a lot riding with him. Trying not to get hurt. Well, this is the second ACL.
Coming off his second ACL.
And it need that's something serious, man.
So the Pats did defeat the Texans in a relatively good game. I thought Watson was definitely not good, and a bit of an upset. Tampa Bay Buccaneers rolled into New Orleans. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, ladies and gentlemen.
What the hell?
Just dropped the hammer down on the New Orleans Saints.
It's the beard, man.
He was outstanding. 21-28, 400 yards, 4 TDs, no INTs. And the first thought that came to my mind was Jameis Winston.
Right.
You might well pack up your bags and go on. I mean, if that man go out here and look like this with this team, and you ain't there,
I give it 2 more weeks. If he goes out here and performs like this for 2 weeks, it's a wrap for James.
And see, I think they want to move on anyway. But if he goes out there and be successful, they go 2-3-1 while he's out those 3 games. They go 2-1, 3-0, and he's playing well. How do you go to Jameis? I mean, how do you? And Fitzpatrick has always been a guy who plays well with no expectations. Like there's no expectations on him. He's like, I'm holding the seat till Jameis get back, and all of a sudden, wow. 4 TDs. I mean, he lit them up. Deshaun Jackson and Mike Evans combined for 12 catches, 293 yards, and 3 TDs. They just smoked
Mike Evans.
The Saints
dominated Marcus Lattimore. Mike Evans is what, like 6'4", 215,
he's a big guy, 6'4", 6'5".
He's a big dude. But he was burning Marcus Lattimore, man. He was killing him out there. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, New Orleans brought you in there for a reason, man. And you, I mean.
He played great last year, man.
He played, last year, yeah. But
he got to it. But the whole team got to it. And see, we picked the NFC last Monday. I don't think you were here for that show. And I left the Saints out of the playoffs. I left them out. Now they could turn it around, but to give up 48 points to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
but
Fitzpatrick got some weapons around him.
Yes, sir. But that's a knock on Jameis.
I agree.
I mean, that's a knock on Jameis.
I agree. I totally agree. I think Jameis just. I think he's still too immature. I still think but he finds himself in the most weirdest, dumbest positions, like stealing crab legs, jumping on top of a table in school and stuff. Mm-hmm. Humping the Uber driver.
Oh God,
dude! Like, my thing is like, you trying to go out here and have all this fun, but yet you can't even secure your spot. On your own team, man.
I think he's worn thin in Tampa, and that's why I say if Ryan Fitzpatrick plays well, I think they will move on from him, because I think they're trying to find any way to move on from him.
I think so too.
Any excuse they can find. So if Fitzpatrick plays well,
it's a wrap.
I mean, I think it's a wrap. I think this is Jameis last year in Tampa anyway. Regardless, I think it just don't have enough of his stuff, and I mean, this is still going on. I mean, now you're a grown man. You've been in the league. You've been in the league. I mean, you've been in the league now a while now. You're saying you're Mariota, so all this immaturity you're talking about, they have loaded this team up with offensive weapons. And Mike Evans and Deshaun Jackson, O.J. Howard of the world, they got weapons galore. So this is built for you to be successful in it. So we shall see. Honest Gabe gets his and said, "What about them dogs?" I spoke glowingly about your Bulldogs earlier. You missed it. Now, if you ask a question, I will, but it was a statement, so I don't have to really answer that because it's just a statement. But I spoke very glowingly about them dogs. They was good as advertised.
Oh yeah.
Moving on to another surprising game. If you wasn't here last week for my AFC preview show, I picked the Chargers to win the AFC outright to go to the Super Bowl. And of course, opening weekend, the Chiefs come to town, and Patrick Mahomes making his first ever NFL start, and they beat him 38-28. Tyreek Hill was just a sensational monster. I mean, he had 7 for $169, 2 TDs. He also ran a punt back. He may be the most electrifying player in the NFL. He was sensational. Patrick Mahomes, 15-27, 256 yards, 4 TDs, no INTs in his first ever start in the league. Thoughts on Chiefs and Chargers, and I picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl. Now, just week 1. I'm not going to overreact. We had overreaction Monday. We didn't have it, but I'm not going to overreact.
You know what? I'm not going to overreact on that one either, because I, too, chose the Chargers. Only because, I just want Phillip Rivers to get him one. I don't care nobody. I don't care about anybody else. Yes, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, but Phillip Rivers is that one guy where you just like, he goes out there every single week and lays it out there. And, now like this year he has, somewhat some help. Melvin Gordon going to be healthy.
Keenan
Allen.
Mike
who is probably the most underrated wide receiver in the league.
He's the best underrated receiver in the league.
Yes. I mean, and Mike Williams. Then the defense with Bosa and Ingram on the other side, you just like, this team is just, it's within the next year or two, is gonna be. You're talking about them playing the NFC Championship.
Well, they gotta get it now because their quarterback is in a now mode. Because if you're not drafting one soon or trade for one, they in the now mode.
Yeah,
so
they are.
I was very disappointed because not only because I picked them to win the AFC, but I mean, coming in a second year quarterback making their first start, and coming to your house and just drop 38 on you, and it was just blatant for me. I mean, but maybe they can get it corrected, maybe. But I tell you what. I had the Chiefs as my wild card. That was That was damn near impressive for Patrick Mahomes. That you couldn't have made scripted that any better for a first time starter to go out there and play like that. He was outstanding, and you see why they got rid of check down. Can't throw the deep ball. This song on here.
What?
Can't throw the deep ball.
Hey.
Throw the deep ball, son. You gotta be able to stretch the field and win in this league, son.
Dude, he stretched the field a little bit with Tyreek.
Who?
Alex Smith. He had some deep passes.
He had some deep passes. Okay, but he don't bring that element like Mahomes. Mahomes, he had one play. He had one play where he rolled to his right off one leg and kind of threw it side over. It went like 40. Like, this kid is outstanding.
Oh, he's nice.
He's outstanding.
He's nice, but come on, man. We're not gonna write off Alex Smith like that.
It's what?
Man, come on, man.
To do what?
Come on, dude. You talking like deep ball? That's the only thing you're concerned about?
And he not win no playoff games.
Okay, you know what? We still got some time to go right now. We got some time, so I'm gonna let them ride. We still have some time because my thing is I like Alex Smith. I'm a fan of Alex Smith.
I like Alex Smith too.
But come on, man, like,
but
you sitting here just like you really just.
He's checked out Alex.
How the kids said they throwing all that shade on it. No, where sip the tea.
shade on it. But very, very impressive win by the Chiefs, man. Very impressive win. Next we'll talk about Carolina. Then did our heart right here.
Can I get this one?
And they defeat the Cowboys 16-8. And it's just a constant reminder that, again, if the Cowboys can't run the football, they cannot beat you. And now they're missing their all-world guard. Obviously, Travis Frederick is out. Zach Martin is banged up. And Zeke goes for 69 yards. It won't get it. Dak was 19 of 29 for $170. That's a 5.9 yards of average completion. That is not. Now you talking about checking down? Deke and Dak. Deke and Dak. That's what he was. Deke and Dak. That's what he was. Now you want to talk about? I know you want to get it on this.
Because you gotta agree with me. They might have the worst wide receiver core in the league. Cole Beasley and everybody else. I know what, and I probably got a lot of Dallas fans out there that gonna crap on me right now.
So what?
But
it's the truth.
It's the truth. It's the God honest truth. Like, you know what's funny? Because it's like it's the same narrative. Like I was sitting around some Dallas fans when they get watching football, and when they lost. It's funny how you always say that you go off of. You don't make excuses. You just go off of.
You don't make excuses.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the results business.
That's it. They come up with the most excuses I have ever seen. Oh, we just had this happen. We just had that happen. We're still gonna make it to the playoffs. We're still gonna win the Super Bowl. Like, y'all been saying this since for almost 30 years now. and dudes are arguing me down. Was like, well, you're a Tennessee Titans fan. Y'all haven't been to the Super Bowl. I was like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Since our existence in 1999, we have been to more playoff games and have won more playoff games than Dallas Cowboys.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we haven't won a Super Bowl.
Big facts.
But we have won more playoff games.
And you've been to more Super Bowl more recently than they have. So
exactly.
Those are facts.
That one is better than y'all zero. You know what I'm saying?
Let's stick in the current time again.
But it's just,
this roster is terrible.
It's terrible. Me personally, Zeke cannot have that less of carries. Like, even though I know they suck, they hurting right now in the offensive line, you still have to give him that ball. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you can give it to him, but everybody knows you're gonna give it to him. And a team like Carolina with a stout defense is not gonna let you run the ball. Yeah. So they're gonna say, okay, Terrence Williams, you beat me. DeAndre Thompson, you beat me. This big Tavon Austin signing was supposed to show up. Where was he? He had no catches. Michael Gallup, the second round draft pick. Where was he at? All these guys like hurt. He had a good game, 73 yards. But I mean, if he's your go-to guy, you have the zero chances. And Dez sent somewhere tweeting like the whole game, laughing at him or whatever. But again, I told that Cowboys fans, and they think that you hating. When you try to be objective and you tell them, look, you're not winning games with Cole Beasley as your best receiver.
You're not.
Terrence Williams, Allen Hearn, who got ran from Jacksonville, DeAndre Thompson, who's been on here like 8 teams in 4 years. I mean, we're not hating. These are facts.
It's facts.
And Dak is not who you think he is. That year they went to the playoff, he threw them 24 for 4, I think 4 interceptions, 24 TDs, somewhere around there. Zeke averaged about 5.9 yards a carry on the first down. I mean, and that sets you up for second and like 4, second and 3.
So you can manipulate and
play action and all that good stuff, everything to play. But now you seeing now some of maybe his receiver, but he's not that guy where he can take these guys and elevate them. Now again, Carolina has one of the best defensive leagues, so that could be skewed a little bit, but they're not making the playoffs.
My opinion, when Dak has to go throw the ball more than 30 times, they're not going to win.
That's not the recipe. The recipe is for him to throw about 25 to 28 times a game to get 25 touches.
The minimum.
At minimum. And that's just how they built. That's just how they are built, play man. Action. And we're not hating. I thought I was going to have a Cowboy fan here to defend us. And he's one of those guys who will come in and try to tell me why this and it's right in your face. It's right there in your face.
Exactly. Me personally, why would you want to waste your breath even trying to, make it an excuse?
You can't.
You can't.
It was 16. They didn't score that touchdown like late in the fourth quarter. They went 3 quarters without a point. You know what I mean? And it's not getting any better. It's not getting any better. So Panthers defeat Cowboys at home. So Cowboys they'll try to bounce back next week at the Cowboys. Panthers are at the Falcons next week. So always a battle of 85 showdown in the ATL. Moving on, Packers.
Oh man,
defeat the Chicago Bears in one of the most.
Dude, I've been waiting on you to talk about this
interesting games of the weekend.
I've been waiting on this.
I mean, the Bears drop out 20 to 9. Khalil Mack is looking like the defensive player of the year for 2018. I mean, he's doing everything with sell popcorn. They bang up Aaron Rodgers. His knees hurt. They bring in Deshaun Kaiser. Oh, my God. Deshaun Kaiser cannot play. Deshaun Kaiser, Nathan Peterman. I want to just applaud all Matthew Stafford. I want to applaud all of you guys. I want to applaud you guys because you have made Colin Kaepernick's collusion case so strong. I just want you to know that you have made his case almost inarguable that you people are lining up at quarterback while he has no job. But let me move on. It's 20-0. Bears are rolling. People are texting me, Aaron Rodgers ain't no good. Then he comes back in the second half and leads 3 touchdown drives, ultimately game-winning drives, and does what ultimately he always does because he just, quite frankly, a bad man. He's a bad man. He's just a bad man, dog.
Dude, I was sitting outside indulging in recreational activities and stuff. So when I looked at the score, I'm like, damn. First thing come out was like, I'm like you, Khalil Mack is like, John Gruden, like, you look real stupid right now. I'm gonna talk about him at the end of the damn show, but Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Freaking.
You know what? I'm gonna say that again. Aaron Freaking Rodgers. Man, that damn. Oh man!
You see the throw he made down to the kid down the sideline?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, and people were trying to make jokes because I don't know if you've seen the videos on Facebook, but he was so close.
Oh yeah, he had that go-go juice. he was
out. I was just like, what the hell? Hey, dude, Aaron, I'm sticking up for you, buddy. I love you, buddy. I'm sticking up for you.
He was on that go-go juice.
But man, that dude, man, it's like. He proved it week after week after week.
There's nobody can do the things that he
can do.
That's all it is.
Exactly. And another thing about Deshaun Kaiser and Nate Peterson, whatever his name is, I got 3 words for you. Canadian Football League. No offense, but when Khalil Mack just took that ball from Deshaun Kaiser like that, man, I was like,
snapped his soul with the ball.
I'm telling you, dude, man, it was. that was so hard to watch. I was like, man, how A-Rod is really taking this right now? And the man came back out there on one leg. One leg.
And let me, because I didn't get the guy's name right. Geronimo Allison was the receiver that he threw the beautiful pass down the right sideline. I mean, he just dropped it.
Let me tell you something.
He just dropped the diamond. He dropped the diamond.
We talk about, you know what was funny? We talk about, you know, Tom Brady taking, you know, duct tape and paper clips and just doing what he do. Mm-hmm. But Aaron Rodgers, like, you got, I mean, Allison, Devontae Adams, and those are good receivers. But, I mean, man, they get with Aaron Rodgers and, you know, and them guys, like, you know, Allison, me personally, he is, I'm about to say something, and it's probably, you probably going to jump out your seat when I say this. Mm-hmm. I think he is the second coming of Jerry Rice. The reason I say that because reason why I said it, his route running, you know, in the way that he, you know, when like the way he, you know, certain things break down and how he can just his second route was just. I think that kid that I mean, if he keeps it up, he's gonna be an elite receiver. I think him and Devontae Adams is like
Devontae really.
That dude there, man. Devontae is like, man. Honestly, I see Chad Johnson in him, man. You know what I'm saying? Just the, you know, the quickness, the hands,
the suddenness.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, that dude. Like, I think one of his catches, he was just. I mean, he was falling, and I mean, he just snatched that thing. I was like, that dude there was like, everyone like he, you know, you could tell, like, I mean, you could just see the connection and just them guys. They trust each other. Then they trust Aaron Rodgers, and that's when you know when you got a hellified quarterback like that. When them guys can just go out there and trust you and believe that you're gonna put that ball where they need for you to put that ball. I mean,
hey, you know, I can sit here all night and have these, but I'm not gonna do it. But the Packers get the win. Now the Packers take on the Vikings next week. Will Aaron play or not? We don't know. Look like he gonna play, but I tell you what, I just seen that Viking defense last week. They are still good. And then the Monday night games, you had. What a debacle in Detroit. Man. What an absolute disgraceful performance by the damn Detroit Lions at home with a new coach. And they get beat by the Jets and a first-year quarterback, 48-17. Matthew Stafford throws 4 picks, including 2 pick sixes. They look dreadful. And I pray for the people of Detroit that they have to sit through that again.
I see the paper bags coming back out now. The paper bags coming back out. Man. How much money Matthew Stafford making?
He making a lot of money.
He making a lot of money. All I'm gonna say is cap. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, I've read a story that the Jets defenders picked up on the signals and the play calls, and I mean, if you notice, like every time Matthew Stafford threw that ball, they either somebody there to tackle one of them guys, or it was the turnover or something, man. That was hard to watch because, for one, I trashed all on Sam Darnold. So it was kind of hard watching that. I still don't like you, Sam, but it's like Matt Patricia, man, like, dude,
Mr. Backer's hat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me change this. But like, it's dude, like, yeah. I was watching something earlier, and somebody brought up a good point. Do you think that it's a curse for all guys that don't work under Bill Belichick once they go to a team and try to do their own program?
It's not a curse.
I ain't gonna say the curse, but because the one person I feel like that has succeeded somewhat is Bill O'Brien.
That's because he got Deshaun Watson, because he was struggling before then.
I agree.
It's not a curse. It's just those guys aren't good. They make their money off of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. It's just like with Nick Saban. Same way with his assistants. Those guys, they're not now. Kirby Smart, maybe we started to see he might be the outlier, but most of those guys under Nick Saban don't be good, and most of the guys under Bill Belichick, because they're not the guy. Yeah. That is Bill Belichick's defense. That's Tom Brady's greatness that makes you look good offensively. So it's not a curse. It's just you overvalue those guys because you see them win. Oh, they win in New England. They must be doing something right. Nah, because it's Bill Belichick's defense. It's Tom Brady's offense. So he make everybody look good. So it's not a curse. Them guys don't know good. But
I gotta turn my hat back now.
But I mean, and let me give a shout out to my boy Sam Darnold. I mean, to throw your pick six on your first ever throw in the NFL, and to come back and play the way he played, I thought he was great.
Brett Favre threw his first pass.
Absolutely. Somebody pointed that out on Twitter. I thought he just played well. Now they won the game because defense, especially they ran a punt back. You get 5 turnovers, 5 picks, so you're gonna win the game, obviously, right?
You know what? I will say this. He did play well.
Yes,
after that pick 6, I think he settled down and he did what he was supposed to do, and they won the game.
Yeah, so the Jets get Jets get a win in the opener, and all of a sudden Sam Darnold is the mayor of the city.
Oh man, no name up in the making.
And then finally last night, most people picked to go to the Super Bowl and represent the NFC. The LA Rams kind of showed you who they are. 33-13 win over the Raiders. They outscored the Raiders in the second half, 23-0. Todd Gurley, it got out to a slow start, but he picked it up. Jared Goff threw 3 TD passes. You know, they got Cooks, they got Cup, they got I can't think of the name. Robert Woods. They got some guys, man. And then, you know, it represents defensively Talib and Peters and Sue, and I ain't even mentioning the best damn defensive player in the league, Aaron Donald. So, what did you see from the Rams Monday night? I mean, I just thought it just kind of showed you the obvious that they might be the best team in the league. Yeah, I mean,
I hate to just go out like that, but you know, honestly, I don't see Philly repeating this year. I think the only other team that I think they can honestly right now that I feel like they will compete with LA is probably Minnesota. And Minnesota will compete with them. But man, they
looked the part.
Man.
They looked the part.
It's like, dude, from every phase, man. That's the thing that what gets me the most. It's like every phase looking so good on that team, man. I just, you know, sky's the limit, and just think those guys, like, I don't think hardly any of them, like, Jared Goff, is he even over 25 yet?
Or in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a young guy, TG3's Tiger, he's a young guy.
That's what I'm saying. These guys, like, people don't understand.
Second year.
You're going to have some years to deal with
this problem, especially Sean McVay. I mean, I think he's just one of the brightest minds in football.
I agree.
I picked him to win the West. I didn't pick him to actually go to the Super Bowl, but I picked him to win the West very easily. But we shall see. They look the part. College games coming up this weekend. Before I do that, the number is 864-378-5943 if you want to call in. 864-378-5943. This is your time. Lines are open. We have talked about, recapped all the games from the weekend. So if you want to call in and talk about those games or look ahead, because we're going to do that in just a second. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943 if you want to call in and voice your opinion, comments, concerns, questions. All right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. I am joined by the Wizard of Westwood. Wentz Woods is in the building. RVD style.
The whole effing show.
Not a whole lot going on in college football this weekend. I mean, obviously a lot of cancellation due to the hurricane, but you got LSU at Auburn, number 12 versus number 7. Then you got Ohio State taking on TCU at Jerry World. Not a home game for TCU, but they play in the Dallas area, so it's a home game for TCU. And we'll talk more about those tomorrow. So those will be the big games in the college football. We'll talk more in depth tomorrow. In the NFL, you know, some good games. Panthers at Falcons, we mentioned that. Vikings at Packers. Chiefs at Steelers should be good. Jags at the Patriots. Rematch of the AFC Championship game. That should be good. And the Giants at Cowboys Sunday night. I don't know why I mentioned those two teams, but I mean they play on Sunday night. So
hey, their pass will keep them in.
They're the big market. They're the big market. They got you got Odell Beckham, you got the Cowboys, so you're gonna have
Jerry Jones got a lot of money to advertise.
Yeah. So you know that's how you look at that. 864-378-5943. 864-378-5943. A few more things before we got here. Let's touch on Dez Bryant. Tweeting out, basically had a burner account and said that the teammates respected him more than the coaches. He later deleted tweet. And then there's a picture of Dez hanging with Jerry Jones at the Beyonce and Jay-Z concert. What is going on? Make some sense of this, man. What's happening?
Dez on that shit, man. Dez is on that shit. Like, I'm being with you. Dez is like, he's starting to become the Gucci man of damn NFL. You all on damn on Twitter just bashing everybody you can.
Killing them.
Just like, dude, man. And honestly, I feel like that was keeping him from signing to a new team. That's my honest opinion. I think that teams look at, okay, if things don't work out here, if we sign you and things don't work out, hell, are you gonna get on Twitter and start bashing us too and saying stuff? Because who knows everything he's saying is the truth or not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, personally, I just shut up and just go on about your business.
I don't know what he wants to do. I think he can help a team. The Browns offered him a contract. He turned it down.
That's why I didn't understand.
So I mean, I just don't. I think he can help us. 49ers. But what do you want to do? Do you really want to play football? Or you want to stay on Twitter and be a diva? I mean, do you really want to play? I don't know if you want to play or not.
Me personally, I think he needs to move to tight end or fullback. I think Dez needs to go ahead and bulk up. And either way, I think he needs to move to one of those positions because the wide receiver position, dude, you're not a number. Like either way, like you need to move to a slot or just a number 2 or something. Mm-hmm. Like you're not a number 1 receiver. You got to get it out your head, man. You had some good times with Romo when he just miraculously threw the ball up in the air in the right spot for you to go get it. But me personally, I think it's time. I think it's just time for him, just to shut up and just get off of Twitter. Go work out with T.O. or something, man. T.O. might help you with the speed or something.
Do something. But he's I don't know what they want to do, but I'm just so confused. He's hanging out with Jerry Jones at concerts. I'm like, what the hell is what is really going on?
He had to go check up on Massa.
Oh God, don't do him like
that. He had to go check up on Massa.
Don't do him.
Massa, are you okay, Massa? Can I have some more grits, Massa?
Don't do him.
Oh, I think that's what it is, man. I think that's what it is. Like, damn, Dez, come on, man. The guy that got rid of you, you go hang with him. It makes sense. I mean, that just makes totally good sense to me. Hey, but that's Dez, man. You know what I'm saying? I would hope somebody would pick him up because I still think Dez still has a light in the tank. I think me personally, I think Dez. I think when he got that money, the game of football didn't really matter to him like that.
Not as much.
Yeah, because, like, dude, it's like he got slower, and it's just like he didn't have that dog in him. And me personally, to play the game of football, you got to have that dog.
I think some of the injury took some away from him, too. But I don't know what you want to do, Dez. But if you want to get in, 864-378-5943, 864-378-5943. I had a poll question earlier today. It just finished up. The results are in. I asked, is it time for the Gamecocks to move on from Jake Bentley?
Yes.
And 60% say no, 40% say yes. So
really,
60% say Jake Bentley should still be the quarterback. I think he should still be the quarterback, but I'm telling you that this stretch of games, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, right there in the middle, is going to be a telltale sign because he got to ride to the top. He talks a lot, and they'll do nothing against good teams. He does not play well against good teams.
That's my problem. You do your job first, then you can talk. Absolutely. But until then, like, you haven't beat none of the big teams in the SEC. Dude, you're not Connor Shaw. You know what I'm saying? You're not Connor, man. So, dude, me personally, I think they need to get rid of Jake. I think he just, for somebody to just sit there and talk as much as he does. And, like, the thing is, like, he lose these games and he still go out here and run his mouth on Twitter and all this and that. Put a stop to that, man. Play your game. Do what you're supposed to do. Win games, man. You know what I'm saying? Until then, just be quiet. You know what? If I was Muschamp, I would take his phone from him and log out any other his little social media sites, whatever. I would log him out of all that stuff.
I'm pretty sure they probably have a ban on it during the season. I'm not sure he's on it right now, but he talks a lot doing this before the season, and so. Hey, that's where we at, man. 864-378-5943. A few more minutes. 864-378-5943. If you want to get in, comments, concerns, issues, questions.
One topic I got to get on.
All had the answer right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. I'll let you get the last word because obviously something on your mind. Let me let you get it off.
John Gruden.
Mm-hmm.
The man, when did he win his last playoff game?
It's been a while. It's probably 2002 they won the Super Bowl.
16 years ago. 16 years ago. I think he got fired within what 2000.
He been gone 10 years.
10 years.
He got fired. And they didn't make the playoffs the last 3 years.
Exactly. But this is a guy that you want to give a 10-year, $100 million contract to, guaranteed. But you don't give no guarantee money to the guy who is your star player on your team, your defensive player of the year. And then, you know what even pissed me off even more is John Gruden talking after this situation. Oh, Khalil Mack didn't want to be here. Who don't want to be here? How can you sit there and want to be on a team where the owner, I almost said your owner, but that's what it seems like. Your owner gives this guy who hasn't even coached in a decade, hasn't won a playoff game in 16 years. And and since we're talking about facts, let's be factual on this. Only reason he won a Super Bowl is because Tony Dungy gave him that team, but that was Tony Dungy's team.
I missed that week.
Me personally, John Gruden deserves to give that Super Bowl ring to Tony Dungy because that was Tony Dungy's team. All right. So then you go out here and hold on. Aaron Donald, who else? Aaron Donald, all these guys, they getting this big money, guaranteed money.
Yeah.
You know, how in the hell, Aaron Donald? I love me some Aaron Donald.
Oh,
I love me some Aaron Donald, and don't get me wrong, he deserves every penny that he got. But Khalil Mack, that dude is a beast, and you don't get him the money, and then y'all get rid of him. Then then John Gruden goes out here and just talks bad about him. I mean, just. Oh, he's this, he's that. I'm just like, what the hell, John? Like, really? And like, oh, he didn't want to be here. Who want to be somewhere where you know that, all they want to do, all they're going to do is pretty much just run you. They're just going to pretty much just pimp you out there and keep you stringing along as long as they can. And once they feel like they don't need you, they get rid of you.
And that kind of, Le'Veon Bell situation is kind of led right to that, and I think that situation is crazy because the only leverage he has is not to show up, and now they have rescinded the franchise tag, so they say they're not going to trade him. So what are you going to do? You don't want to pay this man. Trade this man so somebody else can pay him. Are you holding this man hostage? Why are you holding this man hostage?
Exactly.
Because I don't blame him one bit. I'm not going out there and put another down and running back for you guys.
To me personally, they're going to run him to death if he goes back out there.
Of course, they just ran James Conner 31 times.
Exactly. They're going to run him to death.
So he know what's going to happen to him. And now you mentioned you got Todd Gurley got his money. David Johnson just got his paid. He missed all the last season, got his money. But you can't pay Le'Veon Bell.
Exactly.
So if you're not going to pay him, you rescind.
And he sat here and watched Aaron Donald get this big contract. Khalil Mack got, what was it, $146 million?
He got a bunch of money. He got $90 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and I think Aaron got $87 million guaranteed, somewhere around that range. But, I mean, the running back market has been set. You know what the market is. If you're not going to pay this man, trade this man so he can go make his living. He's not suiting up in that Steelers uniform and giving out his money. And I don't blame him.
Exactly.
Because, you use these guys up, you spit them out, don't want to pay it. You don't want to pay.
They franchise tagged him with like 2 years in a row.
Well, he franchised last year and they franchised this year because you can do it twice. But
yeah.
He's never signed a franchise tender, so it doesn't matter. Now they rescinded the tag, which means they got his rights, but he ain't got nothing to sign, so they can trade the man or whatever.
Trade him.
At the end of the day, do what's right.
You know what pisses me off even worse? That his own teammates coming out and talking about his contract situation.
That was horrible.
The Pouncey boy?
Oh, that was horrible.
I want to slap the dog piss out of him, man, because he pissed me off so bad. Like, y'all know what this man's going through. And just like you said, the only leverage he has, not showing up to play.
Not showing up. That's it.
Y'all know this. But then to sit there, you and Reuben Foster,
they were...
and then Ben Roethlisberger, you come out here and run your mouth. And then on top of that, look what you did last Sunday. If I was any Pouncey or Reuben Foster, anybody on that Steelers team, what you should be doing is protesting for Le'Veon to get his money and for y'all to draft another quarterback because it's time to get that Big Ben the hell up out of there.
Well, they drafted Mason Rudolph, so we may see him soon. Because I told you people last year I started declining Big Ben, and it's starting to progress now. And he'll have game where he play good because he's still an all-time great. But when you start fall off the cliff, it starts happening, and you'll see gradual flows in his game, ups and downs, and you starting to see it.
It's happening,
and it's right in front of your eye, and they deserve a bit of it because how they done Le'Veon Bell.
Exactly.
Because look, you don't want to pay him. I'm fine with that, but trade the man so somebody else can get, somebody else can pay him.
That's the most hoish thing you can do. Sit there and basically have the rights of a person and just hold on to him just. But you can see him suffer or something. I
mean, it's just but you know the players signed the CBA, so they got all the leverage. The owners have all the leverage in the CBA because that's how they set it up, and that's why. And them players saying it about Le'Veon is exactly why they can't have a strong union because they'll stab each other in the damn back at the first damn moment that something happens. Because
really to piss me off. Oh, he making double what I'm making this year and all this and that. So the fuck what that guy can you go out there and do what he does? You can't. Shut up and block. Just do your job, man. You know what I'm saying?
Do your job. The Bill Belichick method. I'm just frustrated. Look, I'm not a Steelers fan, so I ain't got to go through this. But, I mean, do the right thing. I mean, you got James Conner. He looks like he's going to be the guy. He looks like he can carry that load. But I don't blame Le'Veon Bell. This man probably got 2 more prime years of his life. He needs some guaranteed money. And I don't blame him for going out there and not playing for that 1-year franchise tag. Don't blame him, not one bit. Hey. You know what this is, man. The hottest sports podcast in the South. It's the best damn sports podcast, period. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. I've been joined by my man, Wentz Woods, tonight, man. We've talked a lot of NFL, college, and I'll be right back here again tomorrow. Probably going kind of early because obviously you have an NFL game tomorrow. So probably come at 7 o'clock tomorrow and lead you right into the game. I think it's the Bengals and Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not totally sure who's on Thursday night, but we'll preview a little bit of that. Also preview that LSU, Auburn, Ohio State, TCU, and then look at some of the big NFL matchups of the weekend. And plus, I told you, there'll be somebody will be a sucker of the week, and he will be here tomorrow.
It's a home state fellow, right?
Hey, he's really egging the hell out my nerves, so I got to get at it. I got to get at it tomorrow.
He did what?
He's egging the hell out my nerves.
Oh man.
So I gotta get at it. But hey man, we appreciate you guys watching. I see you watching out there. Hey man, I need y'all guys to start calling in. Cause I know you have an opinion on sports. This is time. This is trash talking season.
I know what it is. I know what's the problem. You ain't giving out gift cards right now.
Oh, almost. Hey, that's coming. It's coming.
That's the problem, man.
It's coming. You too. I'll have gift cards. They coming. We'll have gift cards, and we got new segments. Well, not new segments. I'll be bringing back real news, fake news coming back soon. And my power rankings will be on down the line. But I'm gonna start doing college power rankings and NFL power rankings. So we'll have that coming soon.
We need some T-shirts coming too, man.
T-shirts are coming. Don't give it. They are coming soon. We will have T-shirts as well, and I'll have a way for you to win some of those, and we'll get to that as well. So a lot of things around the corner, man. We just get started right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period. We just get started. It's upward and onward from here. Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. From my man Wentz Woods. From me, the sensational Sentell Whiteman. I will see you guys tomorrow night, right here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast. Period. You know what it is.